the dust jacket on.
The dust jacket back on?
Yeah.
Mine is brand new, so it hasn't been taken off yet. Hello, my lovely friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're doing some reading sprints. So I will let Thor introduce themselves in just a minute, but we are here starting our reading sprints for the R² read along that we're doing, and we thought it'd be fun to just like start the book together. So here we are. Thor, do you want to tell people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I like to read Indigenous literature, queer literature. I like to journal.
Mm-hmm.
I appear on many other channels that you probably have already seen, so really I don't need to like introduce myself.
Yeah. Hey, Brittany. Thank you for coming. Hi, Alex. All right. Perfect. Okay. So I think this is funny because I didn't realize this, but this is both our second time reading this, right?
Yes.
Did you read an audiobook the first time too?
No, I actually read it I stress read it because at the time my uncle was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was just like waiting for news and stuff like that. So like I was sitting there and just reading it, and I got through like a good chunk of it before I was like, went home, finished the whole thing, and I need to reread it so that way I actually understand what's going on within the story.
Remember what is going on. Oh, Cal has joined us. Hello, Cal. We just did sprints on Cal's channel this morning if you need more after this, but we'll be here for a good couple hours. Speaking of, should probably. Anyways, yeah, I read this last year for one of the Avengers prompts. I don't remember which one, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really well done. Also got mildly enraged by how some just possible criticisms that I can see people having for this because it's a 12-year-old girl instead of a 12-year-old boy.
I thought she was hilarious. So like
I did too. I was like, Roshani Chokshi understood the assignment. So anyways, but yeah, I think it was really interesting, and it made me want to pick up, like, I've read parts of the Ramayana before, I think, when I was a teenager for college. But it's been almost 20 years since then. So
see, I've never read anything like that.
Yeah.
Except for like I just know like some of the like Lakota stories. So like to read other stories, I'm like, oh my gosh, I was never taught this in school.
Yeah, it was really interesting to read it and like, no, okay, I feel like we're pulling from somewhere here, but not necessarily have the familiarity that I have with it like I do with like Greek mythology because I'm a nerd.
Because they start you on Greek mythology like when you're at least in 6th grade.
They start
my experience.
I think I started at 8, because my mom has a big book of Greek myths for kids. But I went beyond what the normal level of indoctrination into
it's the
superiority of Greek mythology. So, but I'm really excited to like actually continue on with this series because I liked the first book enough that I went and got the second book. Like I saw it at a used bookstore, I was like, ooh, get that.
Yeah, it was like I have the whole entire series now, and so I was just like, well, if they're all going to be as special as this one, then I'm just going to buy all of them. Eventually, one day, I will read all of them. And here we are.
Yep. I have authors like that. So, okay. Let me get this set up real quick so that we have a timer. It helps if I click into the timer, don't I? I'm just getting it reset. Here we are. So, what is everyone in the chat reading, by the way, before we get started? I would love to know. I'm a nosy bitch like that. I'm one of those that's like, okay, well, I need to know what you're reading. Sorry. Like, what, like, to the point that on my walks, like when I'm going on my walk in the evening, I will like consider stopping to ask people as I see them reading at the park. Just be like, hi, what is that? I can't see. Can you tell me the title?
Oh yeah, I've done that when I was coming back from Florida, and the guy next to me was reading this like war book, and I was sitting there and I was reading like this, and then he was turning so slow. I'm like, oh my god, I'm done with this page, 2 pages before you, and then he closed it after like 4 pages and put it back in his bag, and I was like, I want to die.
I've had plane rides like that where like I couldn't focus on the book, so I had to put it in my bag.
Like it was actually getting good, and then you close the book.
I'm not that bad. I just see it as I'm passing and like want to be like, oh, what is that? What is that? Are you a book person? Can we be friends? But I am too shy to do that, so it scares me. Okay, so Cal is reading Transcription by Kate Atkinson. I have heard nothing but good things from him about that book and that author. So I'm very interested to see. I can't remember what it's about, but it sounded very, very interesting. And then Alex, Pucks and Paperbacks, is reading Man of War by Corey McCarthy.
Ooh, I can't wait to get into that.
Cal says, oh my god, Thor, if someone shoulder read over me, I'd get so paranoid. I've definitely been that person that's like,
I think he knew I was shoulder reading over him, and then he went to sleep.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I'll be like reading my like the flights to Indiana. I was definitely reading my book, and like because it was an ebook, like my eyes would be over on their phones, and I was like, which is how I know the person sitting next to me has the same first name as I did on the flight up to Indiana.
Well, that's the thing. If you want to read over my shoulder, that's fine. But like if you're staring at me, that's a whole different thing. Like today, this girl, every time I talk, this girl would look at me, and I turned to Calvin and I'm like, I don't know what she wants from me.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Why are you staring at me? And then I turned back towards the line, and then she stopped looking at me. I'm like, you heard me.
See, normally when I see something that tells me that someone's first name, or hear something that says someone's first name is Margaret, like I'm like, oh hey, I'm Margaret too. But this lady previously in the flight had leaned over and been like, hey, you're in luck. Me and my husband just had COVID 3 weeks ago. And I was like, why are you telling me that on a plane? Like she didn't even say, hey, you picked the right row because we tested positive recently or a negative recently. She was just like, yeah, we had it 3 weeks ago. And I'm just like,
that did not make the paranoia go away. It made it worse.
That didn't make any of this better because I'm the only one in this row wearing a mask. My mother asked me if I hit her, and I was like, no.
No.
For all my parents' faults, I am very glad that they are still like following masking guidelines and stuff. So, okay, shall we get reading on this book?
Yeah.
All right. Let's put this up. I love my mom, but some of her eccentricities are kind of my fault in a way, but like I can't, it's one of those things like when you have a sick kid, I can't blame you.
It's
for getting into some weird stuff, trying to find something that will help them when no medical doctors can help them.
When you accidentally turn into a helicopter mom, yeah.
See, she's not that. She's just more like, we were anti-vax before it was cool to be anti-vax. So, like, when this stuff started coming out, I was like, oh dear God, this is my childhood.
Yeah.
I know it's not my fault, but I also know based on my family's history we wouldn't be as far down this rabbit hole if my mother had not been searching for alternative cures for me.
Your ancestors must be so proud of you. They're like, look at this sick child who can't eat dairy, thriving right now.
Yeah. I don't even, let's see. I don't know. I don't think my people would have been big dairy people. So maybe they are. I know we have German, I know we have Irish, but that's all we know for sure.
Either way, no famine for you. That's good enough for them.
Yeah. Okay, let's start reading before we get on another tangent. So, okay. 3, 2, 1, mute your mic. Welcome. Or I guess welcome back.
Yeah.
How did we all do? I was wrong. It is not the Ramayana. It is the Mahabharata. Go away. I think the Ramayana comes in play later in the book, if I remember correctly. But it's the other epic poem, which I did not read up in my class. So I got 30 pages read. How about yourself?
Me too. I got 30 pages read. Probably would have been more, but I started to fall asleep.
I made tea, so that took a minute. But how did all of our other friends do? I really like I just love the setup for this book and how well it sets up Aru's character motivations and why she's doing everything. Hi, Brianna.
She's so funny.
She is. Ha! Oh no, why did we have to bathe Bella? Oh, she dug a hole. She dug a hole and rolled in it. Okay, that sounds...
Love that for you.
12-10 happy girl. Yeah, but you gotta
get a bath out of it, I guess.
All right, Alex has read a chapter, and the chapters are pretty long. And then Brianna hasn't read yet. They were doing fantasy football draft tonight. But we'll get there, I am sure. Hi, Julie. Julie says, hello, I missed the first half of the sprint. We'll focus during the next sprint. Fantastic. Yes, and there will be another next sprint at some point. So, although I do question the author's decision to have this child running around in Spider-Man pajamas. Not that I have anything against Spider-Man pajamas, but thinking from the perspective of a 12-year-old girl, that feels slightly mortifying.
But at the same time, it kind of just shows you, she does talk about, her mom's financial, issues, and how, just because you work in a museum doesn't mean that you're rich.
No. Yeah, no. That's definitely... The people who fund the museums are the rich ones.
Yeah, so it might be just a... got him from Goodwill kind of Spider-Man pajamas, and they just so happen to be in her size kind of a thing.
Yeah. Well, less the Spider-Man pajamas, but more that she spends a good part of the novel in them. The choice to have this teenage girl spend a good part of the novel in her pajamas.
Completely just fighting a demon and trying to save the world, but, in pajamas, it's fine.
And getting ready to do a museum tour in pajamas? That's an interesting... bump. Cal says, I would save the world in Spider-Man PJs. I would have at 12 and I would now. Brianna is going to read either The Darkness Outside Us or Edit during the next sprint. Okay. Cool. I am somewhere in The Darkness Outside Us. I'm 80 something pages in. I'm halfway to whatever the big thing is. So
I haven't started it yet.
It is really just funny. Straight off the bat, this other dude is I don't want to talk to you. And the main character does that thing where he gets white dude offended and obsessed.
Oof.
He's you don't want to talk to me? Well, I'm a delight. It's funny. Oh, and Brianna has her glasses now, and it's life-changing. Nice.
I wish I had glasses. I really do.
Yeah. I need to get some glasses because I have vision insurance currently, and they would cover them. And the exam, which is the big one. Me, the main character, one of the main characters in The Fault in Our Stars. Dear God, the darkness outside us is biologically the son of Alexander the Great via reconstructed sperm. That just brings all kinds of questions about consent and stuff.
Reconstructed. Okay.
Like, just find a dude that did good on his SATs, ma'am.
We
somebody
did not
who went
need
to
to know
Harvard.
about Alexander the Great's old crusty juice.
Yeah, I am assuming because all of her children have a father that was like really famous and like famously brilliant or whatever it is.
We said good genes. This is not what we meant.
Cal says, I feel like Alexander the Great doesn't get to harp on people for consent. I mean, considering that he's been dead for thousands of years at that point, I don't think it's all that big a deal. But
that's
also
something else.
Just weird to like not just find the best person. Like if that's what you want, just go through the people that are available to you now and find the best person there. Like you're telling me you don't have brilliant not statistician. What's the word? Cal, help. The word when you're good at military stuff.
Strategist.
Tactician.
There we go.
Yes.
We know words.
Just like you're telling me there's not a genius military tactician in this time when you guys are in the middle of a Cold War. So the most elite, imagine thinking the most elite option is a dude that died before the invention of the polio vaccine, like thousands of years before.
Yikes. Is super duper smart, cannot fight off a basic cold.
Which is quite possibly what killed him. Not a basic cold. It was either murder, I think, are the main theories. Either murder or he got sick. And like he got sick in a way that was weird, so it could have been poison, but maybe it wasn't.
We don't know.
I mean, in his defense, someone around his time or in that kind of vicinity in the centuries, they did have like proof that the world wasn't flat at that point. He died of diarrhea. Oh my God. He got dysenteried. Listen, that is, ow. That shit is killer, literally.
His Lacey is known of dying on the pooper.
Yeah, well, that just
oh, we love Cal.
That's one of the easiest ways to dehydrate yourself, though. That's what you die of when you die of like that. That's why dysentery and I believe cholera are so dangerous. Because oh no, I broke my ruler. We'll fix it. Because like your body literally cannot hold on to water long enough for you not to die. It's a fun time, I hear.
Being dehydrated is not fun.
No, it is not, and it gives you a terrible headache. Not my favorite. So anyways, any other thoughts?
Aside from the fact that Aru is hilarious and
absolutely hilarious.
Her nicknaming instead of Sue. Oh, we'll just call you Boo instead. Huh? Like that's a running, it feels like a running dad joke.
Yeah, that was funny. My favorite is like right from the bat, she could mention the lamp of destruction the way a pirate who tamed a sea monster could casually say, "Oh, you mean old Ralph here." Okay. So he got exposed to some new diseases and shit in the water. Which is why you don't drink water in a foreign country that's not out of a bottle.
No, don't
it
do
doesn't,
it.
Does not matter how quote unquote civilized. Like it does not matter if they have, you don't. Water treatment. All right, that's us to go back.
Okay.
When you survive elephant attacks, but not a cold one. All right. Welcome back. How did we do?
I read like 50 pages.
Oh, nice. I got to page 58. So I'm on chapter.
I'm on page 82.
Oh, nice. You're a fast reader. There it goes. Oh, goodness. How did everyone else do? Give them a minute to come back. So, I'm getting sleepy. All right. No, that's not working. Okay. Anyways. All right. So Cal, someone just got murdered and dumped in a coal hole. Brianna is on page 86 of The Darknet Outside Us while importing her footage to edit. Nice. Nice. I went and made tea and I read some books.
So you're
Dylan is
like
murdered.
So you're like right when they're trying to figure out.
They're about to
Getting
figure out
claimed
who
and
their
stuff.
dads are.
Yeah. Ooh.
So.
Urvashi was giving me Isabella from Encanto because she's like flowers
Everywhere.
That's her whole like, oh, the smell was overwhelming.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Sorry. Lost my train of thought there. But yeah, I like the descriptions that she's giving in the what's the word? Like relationships between them and the banter. That's always fun when you have deities. Should just be like shitheads to each other.
It's so funny.
Because that's what most of mythology is just whoever the figures are in mythology being really dumb, and then the humans have to fix it.
I love Minnie's introduction.
Yeah, she's so cute.
She's so funny. Like, she's such a nerd.
Yeah, and I remembered a detail about her, like, as they're describing it. I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot that was why she ended up, like, what ended up happening with her. So, I don't want to spoil anything, though, because I think that's a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, I gotta, I highlighted a lot more this time, because I was like, oh. So you can see all my little flags. They all, there's no meaning. They're just flags.
Whatever color you felt like?
Whatever color I felt like.
Nice. I started at the beginning, and then I haven't had anything that I was like, ooh, I want to really... Most of it, I'm just like, this is funny. It's all funny. I just be doing all of this in my funny highlighter.
I write down the stuff that really, like, pops out at me.
Yeah. It's funny until it gets real dark.
Yes.
But she did go on about the pajamas, which was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay, she does have some sense.
I can't remember if you read the Game of Thrones line yet.
I have.
I was like, damn, I bet they would hate the final season.
Yep. I was like, wow, what a way to date the book.
Oof.
So it's one of the, there have been a couple of references in here that I was like, I don't like. There was that, and then there was the Cotton Eye Joe, and I'm like, I'm not sure middle graders are really going to care about that.
The what?
About like know those things, like Cotton Eye Joe. Well, I guess Cotton Eye Joe is in literally every youth group. But I was like, this just like there were a couple of references. So like these seem like old people references. So, Alex says this book is too real, so I only got a few more pages read. Sometimes
he sent me some screenshots.
Yeah.
Like, oh no.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes books are like that. You know, there are a lot of things that we like people explore through fiction, which is always interesting to me when like the debate starts coming up about should certain things even be included in fiction, and I'm like, that's how a lot of people process stuff.
It's through reading it. Yes, exactly.
Through reading it, through writing about it. I think most writers kind of have this thing in them that kind of is akin to the actor as well, where they want to inhabit the minds of other people. Like, just like sit down and figure out like what's going on in that other person's head.
Yes.
So, because that's why most people become actors. So, shall we do we want to do one more sprint or do we want to call it? How are you feeling? I know today was.
I think we might call it because I was like
falling asleep.
Earlier I fell asleep and then this time I was okay. And okay. I kind of want to get, I don't know, I kind of want to get ice cream. Let's see if that happens or not.
How about we just do a short little one in that case, like 25 minutes, and then we'll call it a night?
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Give me just a second. That's not what I want. That's also not, I don't want 10 hours of timer.
Oh God.
I don't want that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 25-minute timers, and let me find one that doesn't have music, because some of them have music and no. Okay, there we go. This one does not have music. We'll go for a little bit and then we'll end the sprint. So, mute your mic. And we're back. Hi.
Yes.
How much did you fly through this time?
I actually didn't get very much in because I was like, well, I got like at least 2 page 100, so I read like I think what like 20 pages.
Yeah.
Ish. So I got to 104, aka chapter 13, and then I wrote down some more notes, and then I started not tabbing this one, but I just marking like the 50-page mark on the second book.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I like to use washi tapes on the side so that way I can see like the 50-page marks on the side.
50-page marks?
Yep.
That's smart. I've done I used to try and do note cards every 50 pages so that I could like write my notes on the note cards. And then I stopped doing that because I am terrible at any sort of habit.
So. I like it just because I try to find a color that like correlates with the
book
color of the book. Yeah. And then that way I'm like, oh, okay.
Nice.
Also helps me use my stash.
Yeah. Yeah. Brianna says dinner arrived, so I ate instead of reading. I guess that's understandable.
That's still productive.
I did go put something in the oven because I'm getting kind of hungry again. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be up for another couple hours, so I might as well eat. So, how did everyone else do? Have you ever done a video about how you annotate your books, Thor?
No, I actually haven't. Cause like whenever I get like the tabs, depending on how I feel, I just like go as I go. Like there's no clear system, but like I usually have a notebook that I just like write little things in.
Yeah.
And then when I'm done reading it and I make my artsy journal,
page, you got your thoughts.
Yeah, that's when I formulate actual thoughts instead of like, oh, I like this joke or I like this reference.
Nice. I want to start. I need to figure out one of these empty notebooks, but I want to start like actually like writing down notes as I read. The nice thing about Bookly is when you're reading on Bookly, and since I use that to time my reading anyways, like there is a place where you can put notes in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you can put notes in, you can take pictures and put quotes in, and other stuff, and it's really cool. And I forget that it's a function that I can use. So, anyways.
Nice. Mine's there's tentacles and aliens, and it says, "Take me to your pizza."
I'm sorry, you said tentacles and aliens, and I flashed back to this book I'm reading.
Well, there's a tentacle right here.
That's
there's
so
a tentacle
cute,
right there.
though. I love it.
And it came with the magnetic to clip onto the thing. But I don't really use those.
Nice. I need to find that. You remember that purple notebook I bought when we were in Orlando? I need to find that one. I should use that one for my thoughts. I don't know where it is, though.
I like having the I like having the open end on the sides just in case I want to like rip out a sheet of paper. I don't feel bad about it.
Nice. Okay, Cal is over here flexing in the comments, asking if we know that he has taken his Goodreads TBR shelf from 942 to 790. Nice. And I'm only on page 7 of 79. Oh, dear God. I usually go, because I usually go from the last page because those usually have the newer ones. Because I'm like, I'm not really interested in a lot of these.
I think I updated it a while ago.
That is smart. I need to go through and do that again sometime soon because I know there are books on there that like I have decided I will not read.
there's a lot of fantasy that used to be on that list where I was like, oh yeah, I totally want to read that. Versus now I'm like, bro, I don't even know. Oh, 76 want to read.
My want to read is 100. Nope, hold on. It is 1,115. So.
Oh my God, Margaret. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. But I have like 234 books. Yeah. I did a Google sheet a while ago. I've been
doing Goodreads since like 2013. Actually, no, longer than that, probably about 2010. So that's 12 years of me adding. And when I started, I was not as good about like adding stuff to my TBR as I am now. Like now it has to be something I really want to read. Then I was just like adding everything willy-nilly because that's what you did on Goodreads. And I would go through some of the lists that they compile and the recommendations, like, oh, that sounds interesting. Now I'm like, if I haven't heard about it on BookTube, I'm probably not.
See, my Amazon wish list is an indicator of what I'm actually serious about reading.
Oh, that's smart.
Like, that's smart. Just like a step away from buying it.
Yeah. For me, that is my physical TBR because I have my physical TBR up on Goodreads as well, which I've gotten it down to 138 apparently from 143. I have to have gotten it. I have to go through because I probably have some duplicate versions in here. I need to go through there and fix that. Anyways, is there anything you want to plug before we go?
My bullet journal flip through I uploaded a few days ago. Where
Yesterday?
I like
Thursday? Was it somewhere Thursday? In the last like 2 or 3 days because I saw it come up and it's in my watch later somewhere.
I'm trying out different thumbnails to see what I really like.
Yeah.
And like I did not realize that I could find something that cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, oh, okay.
Nice. It's always nice when you find a thumbnail style that you really like and works for you.
Yeah, it's like that ripped journal page aesthetic that I'm like, I like this.
I really want to do that, but my brain just doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
Yeah, see, I'm just not good at the like tracing my shadow, tracing over myself kind of thing. That I'm just like, I cannot do that.
I don't have any way to do that at this point.
That's not me.
That will change when I get the iPad, but
it's like if I could just smack my picture in there on a circle or whatever, there you go.
We're good to go.
But other than that,
yeah. Okay. I will have a video go up eventually, guys. I don't know. I'm just taking the time it takes to edit them and also do this insurance stuff. And I have so many vlogs that I need to edit.
At least you said that.
What?
I said at least you said that because I remember that one time it was like, oh yeah, I'm editing from like July, and I was like,
and I'm editing from May.
At least you're good at them because I haven't made a vlog in gosh knows how long.
Yeah. I collect vlogs the way I also collect blank notebooks, apparently. And then they just sit there and I do nothing with them.
I have a whole thing of blank notebooks in like this little thing over here. I'm just trying not to look at it like I don't
have as many cute ones anymore as I would like. I actually have discovered most of the ones I have right now are used.
I got this one yesterday.
So cute. Where'd you get it?
Walmart.
I have not been in Walmart since COVID started.
And then the edges are like this pinkish purpley.
Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, they're marbled.
That's really cool. And then the pages are dot grid.
I might have to go to Walmart.
I mean, it's school, so sometimes they have really cool things. Like they came out with this Pen and Gear came out with this like sticker.
That's right.
Sticker line. So they have the Good Vibes Edition sticker book. They have the just the best sticker book ever. They have the best sticker book ever awesome edition. And they have the best sticker book ever making waves edition.
Oh, that's cute.
And there's like 2 sheets of each type of sticker. So you get like really, a jillion.
I should not be allowed to visit Walmart's back to school aisles without supervision.
I bought 2 of these because I was like, they're so cute. I just know that I'm going to use these a lot.
Nice. Okay. Well, I have Thor linked in the description box. That's what it's called. So if you have not checked out their channel yet, go check that out. And we will be back sometime next week to wrap this little thing up. We're going to do, I think, one more set of sprints for, I'll probably do sprints at some point as well, at some point in time, other things. But specifically for this, we'll be doing one more sprint next Saturday, I believe, on your channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, thank you guys for joining us and have a great rest of your night, day, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are when you are watching this. That's not how you end the broadcast. Dear God, Margaret. I almost left the studio. Yeah, I almost left the studio. Yeah, thank you so much for